Okay, there's the audience. Alright, we have first camera. Has to be full body view.
This one.
Okay, my first speech is my informative speech, and it is on bipolar disorder. And bipolar disorder comes in threes. There's number one, which is the worst. People are usually medicated, and some are institutionalized. There's bipolar disorder number two, not as bad, still medicated, but they're functional. Usually all bipolars are functional. Even number three, they're functional, more so than one and two. Again, bipolar disorder is looked down upon by a lot of doctors because they believe it is used by other doctors just to get paid. They don't think of bipolar disorder as a real disorder. Even though, as of today, bipolar disorder affects millions of people, bipolar disorder is still looked down upon by many in society. Bipolar disorder comes in these three different directions, and in the threes that it comes in, there are more people in the third one than usually in one and two. Me, myself, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder 1. I'm still very functional. I do take medication, as a lot of bipolars with number 1 do. I do have problems with different things, like my main problem is functioning outside of the household. I have issues with being in crowds. Different things like that is what happens with bipolars with number 1. Bipolars with number 2, they function well outside of the household, but don't function well in crowds. They don't function well in group activities. They tend to take as much medication as I do, but they function better than bipolars with number 1. Number 3, they function well in groups. They function well in society. They do very well for themselves. There are many bipolar people out there in the working society. One of the reasons I chose bipolar disorder is because I wanted to show that somebody with bipolar disorder that is a number 1 can function highly in society and possibly be more than just another statistic, another person marked down as a person with bipolar disorder that is not able to do, or something that they want to say is a fake disorder. Bipolar disorder is very real and affects many people. There are a lot of people out there with bipolar disorder that are unknowing that they have it. They are scared to get checked for it, scared to be labeled. There's a test, it's called the MMPI-2. It is what they use to identify what a bipolar person is, a schizophrenic. They identify many different disorders with the MMPI-2. But a lot of people, being scared to take the test, have not been able to get themselves identified of any of the problems that they have. They've chosen not to. I urge people that if they know somebody that shows symptoms, bipolar disorder shows many different symptoms. There is the manic-y stage, where people will splurge. They'll buy things they don't need. You may see them do things out of the ordinary, be very manic-y, start doing one thing and then stop doing that and start doing another thing. Then there's the normal phase. That could last for a month. It could last for a day. It is hard to tell. Then there's the depression phase, and that can last for months. It can last for days as well. But the depression phase is the phase that most people worry about. The depression phase can cause people to hurt themselves, to be either self-mutilators or commit suicide. It is a very serious situation, having bipolar disorder, and it is very important that more people realize the symptoms and possibly get help for it if they feel that they may have the disorder. But a lot of people, again, are scared to go and get this checked out. just because they don't want to be labeled, just because they think, oh, bipolar disorder is just an excuse. It's something that doctors use to get more money, to get paid more money. No, it's not an excuse. It's a really, very real disorder. People have died from it. People are still dying from it because some of them don't get checked and they end up hurting themselves with different things. There are a lot of bipolars on drugs, and they use drugs to help them deal with the manicky or the depression. Each part of having bipolar disorder comes with many problems, with many things. And if you don't get it checked, then that's when it becomes a serious problem, because without the medications to help control the manicky part or the depression part and help you stay more normal more times than you are manicky or depressed, then you become a danger to yourself. And sometimes you can be a danger to others. So it's very important that people with bipolar disorder get checked. And I'm hoping that speaking out about it and, showing you that I'm not afraid as a person myself to say that I have bipolar disorder, and letting you know that I have it will encourage other people to be able to say to themselves, okay, I can go get this checked, because she was woman enough to say to us on video, out in public, that she has it, and she was ready to speak on it, and she was willing to share that with everyone without fear, without hesitation, and without procrastination. Thank you.